Alright, so got ourselves a wood stove here. So I wanted to get one big enough to heat the place, and also one that I could actually carry in here, because I got to carry all our stuff in. So this one could do 900 square feet, and while this is only 16 by 12, and then we have the loft too, so a little under 400 square feet if you were to add all the floor together, or somewhere between 3 and 4. But then the high ceilings and stuff, so yeah. But this would be more than enough for that. And I got it in Canada. This is made by the US Stove Company, United States Stove Company. It's actually made in China, but the company's called the United States Stove Company. And it's cheap and fairly light to carry in. Consider if you're gonna have to carry it. And this would be perfect for in here. So I'm gonna put her together, get a few measurements so I know how much pipe I need to pick up, a thimble to go through the wall, and pipe to go up over the side of the cabin. I was originally gonna put, the doors right there. So I'm just over to the right of the door now. I was originally gonna put it over on this side, on this straight wall here, and go out the wall. But then I was thinking no, that's not good because my roof slopes down that way. So obviously I'm not gonna do that. It was not like I had hardcore plans to do that. I was just kind of thinking that in my head. But my roof slopes that way, and we're gonna have a ton of snow and stuff. And that's just gonna go crashing down into that. I'm gonna have to reinforce it way too much than I want to. So if I go this way, I can just go at this wall and then up this side, and I won't have that problem. So anyways, this is it. And this here I picked it up at Canadian Tire here in Canada. And they also had these at Home Depot. Not sure if I can remember anywhere else, but they had it at Home Depot also. Might have had it at Home Hardware, another Canadian hardware store. But it was $100 cheaper at Canadian Tire for the exact same stove. So $100 cheaper, especially nowadays. Anytime $100 cheaper is the way to go. So exact same stove, save $100 from without going to Home Depot. I will take that. So what I did is I took it out of the box before I came in here, obviously to make it lighter. And then I just carried all these parts in by themselves. I still got to open them up, check them out. Maybe I could have done that before I came. I heard a couple of things about these doors sometimes not fitting on that great, but I'm sure it's all going to be all right. There you can see on the front there, United States Stove Company. And there's a couple of burners up here. Inside is, can't remember what this material is called, but it might look like packing stuff, but you actually don't take that out. That stays in there. And then helps the gases do the double burn and all that technical stuff. I'll probably put a few fire bricks because there's none in it right now. I think I saw somewhere else it'll fit 4 fire bricks on the bottom, so I will do that too. Oh, let's get putting her together. It's raining today, so obviously I got to get a set of stairs, at least a temporary set of stairs. I'm going to do a deck out there and stuff for next year, and I'm not going to do that now that the winter's coming, and a roof and stuff. Lots of plans, but I want to get this stove in because the cold weather's on its way. So get the stove in before I get insulation in here. So it's just going through the wall, then it's easily just to put the insulation up. I got playlists for the build if you want to check that out and all that. If you want to see, if you're just here to check out the stove, or if you want to see the cabin build, we got playlists down below or through the page to check that stuff out. So yeah, I took it all apart like this to make it obviously a lot lighter to carry in. It's a couple 100 yards. It's going to be carried in. Going to go over the brook, that little brook there. So this makes it easier. Now I don't know if I got all the tools on me to put this together right at this second. So if you see my shirt change color or something, it's because I had to leave and get tools. But I might have them. I didn't plan on actually building it today. I wanted to carry it in, and then basically put the legs on or something, or maybe account for some bricks I'll have underneath it and a pad. But I mostly just wanted to get some measurements for the pipe and stuff that's going to go at the wall. But now that it's raining, I'm in here giving an attempt to build it if I can with what I have on me. Mostly carpenter tools, so we got a couple of wrenches. I probably need a bit more. All right, so first, this channel's got to go on the bottom. So this is the cheapest stove I could find in a store. Heat almost 1,000 square feet, which I don't need to heat that much, but I didn't want one that wouldn't be able to be enough. You want to overshoot for sure. You'd rather have too much stove than not enough. Although I've been in some places years ago, in the 90s. My buddy had a camp. We were in high school, and he had a full wood cook stove in it, and it was just a small cabin. We'd be staying the night down there. It'd be minus 20 out dead of winter or colder. It'd be freezing in there, so we get the wood cook stove. That was the heat to heat the place. We get that going. You know, you'd be all bundled up when you get in there within half an hour. It's the total opposite. You got her too hot, and we used to put sheets up to block off. They're just small little rooms, and we used to put sheets up to block off the rooms. Anyways, to get the warmth in there. Anyways, within a half hour, you're ripping all the sheets down. You're opening the door, letting cold air in, down to a t-shirt, and that was a whole lot of stove for that place. But again, I'd take it over having something that couldn't get the place warm. We were just teenagers at the time, so we would just be getting it super. We'd just crank, you know, we'd just get the fire rocking. Every time we did it consistently. I think we did it like once a week all winter. Never learned. Make it warm. Hang it. Alright, there's that. The diagram shows it kind of strange on here. It's weird because the diagram down there is showing the bolts going up. There's no way you could do that, so we're not going to do it. And the picture's not just upside down. This slide here's got this thing here on it. So it's supposed to go on the front right side of the stove. That's because that'll hold this. The washers don't actually fit, so they're not going to work. Okay, so I'm up here at the truck. This is how far I can get. Just when you see me walk across that brook, just on the other side of it, I can get the truck about 10 yards from the brook. And then I got to walk the stuff in from there. I kind of like the seclusion. A lot of people ask, why don't we, you know, build a road or something to the cabin? I actually like the seclusion of getting in there and there's no vehicles of any kind. Maybe someday I'll do that because, you know, maybe someday this will become a full-time living spot. But for now, I like the thought of just bringing it in and enjoying the nature in its, you know, just with the cabin there, I guess. Anyways, there's a lot of work hauling stuff in. Probably more work to haul than it is to actually build it. But that's fine, because in the end, it's kind of cool. But even if I was going to be here, I still don't know, like full-time, I mean. I feel like I'm here full-time, I'm here all the time. Like, I'm going to build a bridge over the brook, and I'll build it big enough so I don't undersize it for sure. But even beyond that, you still couldn't get up through the way the terrain is. It'd be more than just cut and brush. Like some of the terrain's kind of wonky, so I'd have to even like plane it out with a bulldozer or something. So you never know what's going to happen here. But for now, that's how I'm doing it, just to answer some of the questions for people that have been asking about that. But anyways, I got some stovepipe. Stuff ain't cheap, but I need it. So I'm going to carry this in, and if you can see just hiding there, that's some deer apples. I just carried in some of the apples. We have apple trees all along the front here too, which is kind of cool. I think, yeah, we showed you that a while ago. Ashley was eating one a couple videos ago or something. Anyways, just bringing some in that way also. And obviously I'm in orange. It's deer season now, so wish me luck on that. We've been pretty fortunate each year to be getting deer, so, but this is a new piece of ground. Haven't got one here yet, so we'll see how that goes, which is kind of fun. I've been working on the cab more than anything. I haven't really been doing a whole lot, but I just cut a lane not long ago, so that's ready, and set up a camera just to see what's coming in. I like watching that. I've been sharing camera videos anyway, but I haven't been paying attention. There was like tons of videos on there from it being like brush blowing around and stuff, so I cleared some of that down, so hopefully to negate a million pictures of that, and then cut it down to just show me one photo instead of like a 10 burst and a ton of photos and stuff. Anyways, I'm gonna get this stuff into the cabin. That's gonna be going in here soon, so I think I pretty much have all the materials I need to get the stove in, and it's just a matter of doing the work. So I'm just gonna carry this in tonight though, because I'm gonna hunt tonight. Okay, so I just have this dry fitted in place. I just want to see where the wall thimble is going to go through, so that's what I'm doing here now. I probably should box that in. I'll just do it later. Just gonna throw this on. And I can fit that like a piece in here later on. I'll clean up, cut around there later with some flashing or something. All right, so the stove, you got a little tilted here. It'll look good when we're done, but it's just for clearances, for the door, just the way it works out in here. I think it'll look cool when we're all set up though. So it goes up here, put all the screws in for this. I still got to put a little bit of like concrete or whatever, but we're gonna give her a test. And I gotta do a little concrete outside too, but we're gonna test it out. I also want to get like 4 fire bricks in there, but whatever, we're gonna test it right now. All right, so obviously there's a break-in procedure. We're gonna have to I'm just more or less making sure that this draft's all right at the moment. And I'll get the concrete, this stuff, put it on, and that goes there. And then outside there. But I'm just doing this to give her a test to make sure it's gonna work. And then that'll be it. Remember, this is just to test, see how the draft's looking. Just because I just did it. Well, there it is.
It's awesome. It's cool that we're going to be able to cook on it and everything. Heat the place, cook. I love it.
Yeah. Just like I said, got those couple things left to do. You know, putting the concrete stuff on. But anyways, it's in here.
It was a lot of work, but it's in.
And now we're ready to insulate this place, I'd say.
Yeah, right. That's next.
Yeah.
Fun.
All right. So there's our DIY wood stove.
Yeah.
Through the wall.
Did a good job.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
See you in the next one.
Where's the slot? Deer season.